And, of course, Kimbo will be headlining the event. He will be taking on James Colossus Thompson in this matchup. And coming into this fight, of course, Kimbo is the favorite.
Yeah. Something tells me that he's a big guy, Colossus. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
Yeah.
Now we know. Now we know why.
265 pounds.
That's a big guy.
Yep. He used to be a debt collector in his hometown, the UK. This is going to be great. Kimbo, what do you think of this fight?
You're, by the way, almost a 3.5 to 1 favorite, according to our friend Nick Kalikas at BetOnFighting.com, has made you a 3.5 to 1 favorite for this fight.
What I think about the fight, I'm ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how big a guy is. You know, when you're ready mentally, you're ready for anything coming.
That simple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I believe him.
That's the way to do it.
I'm looking.
Why would you make things complicated?
Are you kidding? I'm not going to challenge. You want to question him here?
No, especially you, Kenny. It's okay.
Yeah, that's right. I'll be your buffer, boss. Don't worry. I'll be your buffer. Jared, this is huge, no doubt about it. You have Kimbo now as your main event. This is pretty rare to have a guy going into his 4th pro MMA fight as a main event.
Absolutely.
On this kind of card.
No, absolutely. We just feel that, you know, Kimbo Slice is a really special product and brand and a fighter. I mean, he's a real mixed martial artist. Boss will be able to tell you all about that. And we feel that he is the anchor we need to go into CBS and out to the general public and really get the excitement factor out there, not only for himself, not only for Elite XC, but for mixed martial arts and for all the other fighters on the card. You know, just having Kimbo on that card brings a lot of recognition to the rest of the fight card. And there's some fantastic fights on there. I mean, you got Robbie Lawler in a world championship fight against Scott Smith. I think Robbie is arguably, possibly the best 185-pounder in the world, aside from Anderson Silva, and it's a fight I would love to see. You got Gina Carano. Everybody, you know, what isn't there to say about Gina Carano? She's a fantastic female fighter, and it's a big day for female fighting in mixed martial arts, as they're going to make their debut on network television. So it's a really, really exciting day for Elite XC, and we're just really we're geared up. And with Kimbo on there, there's no doubt it's going to be a blockbuster.
You see there the card now. Lawler is coming in at about a 3 to 1 favorite. Right at 3 to 1 is Gino Carano for her fight. Brett Rogers, an interesting guy. 5 of his 6 have been by way of KO, including knocking out the Colossus Thompson.
Absolutely, and that fight is a major fight because for Brett and John, they'll be entering possibly, you know, the Kimbo Slice sweepstakes. If Kimbo's successful on May 31st, then those are 2 guys that want to throw their name into the mix. And that really goes along for every heavyweight in the division. You know, right now, everybody looks at Kimbo like he's a lottery ticket, but they got to understand something. This man is a real athlete and a real fighter. And when you call him out, when you say to him, I want Kimbo Slice, I don't care if you don't fight for Elite XC, if you fight for the IFL, the UFC, or anybody else, when you mention Kimbo Slice's name, you better be prepared to back up your words. And these are 2 guys who have definitely mentioned that they want a piece of Kimbo, and they're going to have to prove themselves on May 31st. And if they look good in a victory, they possibly might be next.
What about all this, Frank? I mean, you know, you're one of the guys that's been there. You helped establish MMA and helped its growth. Now that it's breaking through and going to be the first time ever on network in a prime time slot. You know, we know that there's already a deal with NBC with Strikeforce, but it's not the prime time that CBS is giving Elite XC. What does this mean for the sport?
You're the commentator too, right?
And you're
yeah.
So, you don't have to say this.
Well, I mean, for everybody, it's huge. I mean, this is what we've all been working for. Boss, you know, we've been there since the beginning, but this is why we all fought so hard and made the sacrifices we did. You know, I've been blessed that my career has expanded into broadcasting, into commentating and other areas. Being a commentator on CBS is of course, huge. But, you know, Kimbo and this whole new MMA, I want to call it the movement, you know, because when we were doing it, we were just a bunch of, you know, tough martial arts guys or guys who didn't really know anything. Now the sport has evolved and the athlete has evolved, the marketing has evolved to a point where you can have a guy like Kimbo who's, you know, a big, strong, athletic man who knows what he wants in this fresh, brand new sport where overnight you can become a sensation. And Kimbo's done the hard work, you know, in the back alleys and streets. You and I did the hard work in Pancrase and the cage. It doesn't matter how we get to this point. The fact that we're on CBS, that we've got a reputable company behind us, that we've got the right media partners and media alliances and communications. This is potentially the biggest thing to ever happen to MMA. And as far as I'm concerned, this is our little seed that's going to grow us into the mainstream.
Let's take a look now at the rest of the card. And this kind of, to me, that kind of sums it up when you look at an undercard that's really competitive too. I mean, this is a pretty full night you guys have put together here, Jared.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at that matchup. Nick Serra, obviously being Matt's brother, he's fought in the UFC. He's taken some time off. He's coming back at 170 pounds. He's fighting a kid, Matt Mikowski, who made his Elite XC debut on the undercard of Show XC in January in Atlantic City. And Matt looked really good. I think it's going to be a really special fight. With Wilson Hayes, we arguably think we have the best featherweight in the world. I would love to see him mix it up one day with Uriah Faber, and it's unfortunate that he isn't going to be on this main card to the masses, but obviously you can go to ProElite.com and view the undercard, which is going to be streamed live, and be able to see Wilson and see what we all believe at Elite XC is the best featherweight in the world. James Binky Jones is a tough competitor, and I have not seen Calvin Kattar before, but from what the rest of my matchmaking team tells me, that's going to be a really exciting fight. And you also have Carlton Hasselrig, who is a very interesting story because Carlton played professional football for the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Jets. He was a Pro Bowl offensive lineman, but he didn't start playing football until his junior year of college because he was actually a collegiate national champion wrestler. He actually defeated Kurt Angle. So it's going to be very interesting. Carlton's 1-0 right now, and he's over 40, but he's ready to show that you don't need your AARP card just yet to fight in the cage.
Yeah.
To get this and other great HDNet programming, call your cable or satellite provider and ask for HDNet.